Alright, so it's super late. It's pretty much 2 a.m. But I guess I'm going to do a VOD review here and just go through my opinion and analysis of our fight that happened earlier tonight at the O2 timer. Yeah, just going to do it super depth, super deep, and this is my opinion and my analysis of it. If you disagree and you're not from our guild, VOV, definitely be interested in you guys leaving your guys' feedback in the comments. But we can break down why I think we lost the fight. I think it was definitely a winnable fight, but it kind of had a rough start. We were kind of scattered inside the zone. The call was like to catch first, so some of us were catching. A lot of us were towards the northeast side, and we pushed up towards the northeast zone. And at the same time, we had a dot that was all the way across the map that got caught and died. So we were down one of our 2 forge hammers at the start. But yeah, so this is pretty much, I watched the fight multiple times. I went back and looked at the comp to see what we actually brought. So that's like another thing, reason that I think that we lost is because our comp was kind of scuffed. So this one has more of our comp. So our comp is down here. We had the 2 forge hammers. We lost one before the main fight started. Healers are fine. I was on support on Oathkeepers, but we didn't have like any control tanks. Like I think Heavy Mace is probably the best tank for Brawl, and I made a little guide for it as well of what I think is the best kit that just brings a lot of control, CC, damage, like having Guardian armors against them because they had a bunch of Galas and Demon Fangs, a bunch of melee DPS. So if we're gonna brawl, we should be able to fight against other brawls and win. And we did not have Guardian armors really. So that's one part of it. I was on Judy armor. And I usually don't play Oathkeepers, but I was like, oh, I'll play Oathkeepers because the comp sheet has like a support slot. So I was like, okay, Oathkeepers is a good support for Brawl. But we also had 3 fire staves, and an imp staff. The Astral's good for Brawl, but then 3 fires is probably a little too much for Brawl. Having some ranged DPS for the Zergs, because sometimes we usually have, over 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, so having a bunch of range mixed into our comp isn't bad. But for such a smaller comp that we had tonight, like we were like dis 4 to dis 6, something like that, having a bunch of ranged is not what we want to be doing. Because there was times where we want to walk into them and brawl, and there are people who are standing way in the back, just max range, trying to hit their tanks or something. And we had a bunch of melee, so I mean melee is good. Unfortunately, our halberd, which is huge for Brawl, died at the beginning of the fight too. Right at the beginning. I think when I rewatched it a few times, I thought he was somewhere else with our tank that got caught. But he actually started with us. It's just that he pushed, I think, southwest when like literally everybody else pushed northeast. So that was just unfortunate. But yeah, I'll look at this is like the little timestamps of our kills. So the first call was to catch and kill, and I dismounted this, me and the Galatanes dismounted this nature staff, so we were all chasing him, and we were walking west, and we see this perma here, so we just kill this perma quickly, and then we kind of get to this southwest choke that's like down a little hill, and we pick up another kill, and then this is where our tank, who's across the map, I'll show you the dot here. So this dot right here is where the tank gets caught, and the rest of us were fighting way over here, so we were catching and killing. This dot got caught way down there somehow. So we lost one of our forge hammers, which is like a frontline melee bruiser. And when they go into forge mode, they can just constant knockups and stuns and stuff. So that would have been huge to have in that fight. We kill this other healer, which is this other random group that we were fighting at the beginning. And random, whatever that is, staff, some sort. It doesn't matter what that is. Ironclad or something random. Cold spells, this is where he dies. So this is our first fight against the actual people we want to fight against. And we kill a healer right off the bat. So right away, Yar just killed some of the people that are brawling south down the hill. When they finally push down the hill, we kill a healer right off the bat. It's unfortunate that we lost Cold Spell before, because if we would have had him, I think we win that fight 100%. As well as our healer dying, this healer dying right away. It's our only Blight, which for Brawl, Blight is huge. They have max healing in big fights. And I'll show you the video here. I think he's a newer player. He just joined the guild. And pretty much what happens is that he uses his boots He uses all his mobility to blink to the front. So he double blinks southwest, and just to pop a E when nobody's even taken damage yet. And then he gets rooted and then pretty much dies right after that. So that's how our fight starts. Also, you'll see our caller, Murphy, who was good caller. I don't think tonight he probably just got frustrated because it was kind of chaotic. And we had a tank getting caught across the map, and then he was trying to pick he was scouting because we don't have any like good scouts that scout for him. We used to have a guy named Last Character that was great at scouting, but we don't have him anymore, so we don't really have any like top tier scouts anymore. So Murphy went and scouted it himself, but at the same time we were fighting. But then he comes back and sees us. He's like, "Okay, guys, we gotta fight this other group. This is a real group." And then he rides back into them, and then dismounts. But he's like the only person down there, and he's forced to use his cleric call pretty much right away. Because he tries walking away to get some heals, and then he gets they had a GA brim bomb, and so he gets GA brimmed, and then he has to cleric right away at the beginning of the fight. So that's kind of the circumstances. But now we'll just go straight to the VOD, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. So we'll hop over to the VOD here. What is this metal? And you can hear some of the comms here.
There's DINOCO here too.
You guys try to catch these guys inside of us.
So catch inside of us is the call. So okay, we're catching. I'm like, I'm gonna catch this guy that's running up this way, so I'll catch him. Boom. Rooted and actually have damage. Normally we don't have damage that can help dismount, but we dismount this healer guy. We got a healer dismounted. It's a nature healer. Yeah. So this is a huge part of our Zerg is up here.
I got one on me.
That person says, I have one on me. And I think that is the call from this person way down here.
Where are you? Okay, move west.
Ping, 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 ping.
So you can see the ping on the hideout.
30 seconds to node.
I don't care about the node.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble.
You are way far away from us.
Yeah. They're all coming, boys.
I got people
on
this.
Coming to get me.
I need to scout this other blob, guys. We need to be careful here. If you see someone at this rate, let me know.
We're fighting right now. So like, I mean, I call it that we're fighting right now because this isn't like, these guys aren't great. I mean, we outnumber them. This should be easy fight. But I mean, like, we should be just killing these guys as quickly as we can. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people I can see on my screen. And we're dis 3, so we're like 23. So this is a group of 11. So this is a fight. I'm not sure who else. Like, we must have had some group push southwest. And that's another thing is there was no directions called until like a minute and a half or 2 minutes into this VOD. This is the first time you'll hear direction. And that's when Murphy will say they're southwest. You guys gotta come southwest. Because he went and scouts this blob that started at the ore and rode up. After they started seeing deaths, they rode up to like the skulls. Because we were killing right away. So of course the other blob, they're gonna want to fight. Because a fight is worth more than a node. Which is what Murphy called out earlier. Because someone said, oh, the node's unlocking soon, but we don't care about the node. The fight's gonna be worth more money. So this other group sees that there's a fight happening, and they're gonna ride up here to try to third party whatever little fight's happening here.
We have dis 8 sliced here.
So dis 8 sliced is the call. So they're a little bit bigger than us, and we're kind of already scrapping right now. So if they roll up on us, it's not going to be good for us, and we don't have like any D tanks. We have 0 heavy maces, which is like 1 heavy mace can stop a whole entire team just by themselves if I'm on heavy mace. But I play support because I'm like, oh, Oathkeepers, I haven't played those in forever. I'll pull those out and just mess around on those.
We gotta fight down here.
We're already in a fight.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get run over, guys.
Killed a lot, yeah.
You gotta move northeast then.
So I mean, Murphy's mounted. He sees them. He sees that there's a fight coming up behind us. He says, you gotta move northeast. And that's kind of what we're already doing. We're already kind of brawling, pushing these guys northeast. So this fight hasn't started. We haven't got third party yet, which is super fortunate. So we actually don't start this fight the worst. This next fight.
You're gonna get run over. Like, we gotta get together right here. You're gonna food check, go see. Don't stop. Okay, right here.
So right here, his crown comes on the screen. So he sees where we've been fighting now, finally. And he's like, okay, you guys are going the wrong way. We got to fight. The real team is southwest. We have to go fight these guys. So he kind of spins around on his horse. But we're kind of, after this, he rides back into the slice group, the dis 8 slice group. And there's no way that we're going to be able to get to the crown in time for that fight. right now we're not even in a fight, so I mean we have time to like let them come to us and then fight, like spread wide north south and just like walk into them.
We're gonna be looking southwest, okay?
So now he's like, this is the first direction called, so 124 southwest. So he's gonna go back. He's like, we need to be looking southwest. This is Cold Spell, who's dying here. Unfortunate, because like you just saw, like this whole blob here all pushed northeast against the random groups, the shitters that we were killing. But Cold Spell was brawling down there, probably because there's more people.
They're gonna be playing brawl copy.
This guy, he doesn't even pop up in our little comp sheet. Like when I look at the comp, that's an Icicle, which is also not the best tank to have for brawl. Icicle is great for kite. I don't like it on brawl unless you already have like a couple heavy maces, maybe like some hammers, like Oathkeeper, Great Hammer, the long one. What is that? Pull hammer, Great Hammer. Yeah, but we have an Icicle, so another ranged tank that if these guys are brawl, it's not gonna. We're brawl. We're supposed to be brawl, so Icicle is not really the tank that we really want. And he's marked. I think it's marked because I think Murphy probably put him on the royal armor for mana before I joined comms, so that's probably why he's marked with the shield.
Be worth a lot, okay? You gotta surround them. You gotta find their healers on the outside. Food check OC.
So he's calling food check OC. We gotta fight them. I kind of waste my E. Like you'll see it all this time. Like with my E, I'm never helping anybody with my E because nobody's up in the front. Everybody's kind of in the back a lot. So my E's like getting no value out of this. If I should have probably just played heavy mace. If I played heavy mace, maybe we could have won this fight. But I was like, I thought we had tanks. I just saw like people signed up for tanks. I was like, oh, we have tanks. I'll just play. There's nobody signed up in support. 0 support, so I'll play Oathkeepers. But I should have probably just played heavy mace for the purge. Because I run Guardian armor on heavy mace, and I run, the purge. So against swords, against Galatines, you just keep them purged. You can drop silence pool, so those brimstones will not be able to drop bombs if they're standing on a silence pool. And you can silence them with your E2. And just the Guardian armor making everybody do 60% less damage in a circle is huge for brawl. But we don't have Guardian armors, we don't have heavy maces, so I jump in right away. So I'm just kind of going west because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet these guys head on. I'm expecting us to push into them so we can kind of like brawl. I didn't really know their comp at this point. So this is their Oathkeepers.
Walk into him.
So we're walking into him. Okay, this is when my wife comes back from, she's been gone for a while, but now she just shows up now, so you hear her in the background. And I'm like, oh, I can't fight. We're starting to fight here. But yeah, I forgot. So here's our crown. There's Murphy down here. So when we were still fighting, he was mounted. He ran all the way back down and dismounted on the west of them, and pretty much essentially put the caller by himself behind their back line by himself. So you're gonna see him walk out here and be like, okay, I'm gonna need heals. And then he gets GA brimmed because they have GA brim bombs. So he gets GA'd right about here, and they brim him. And then he has to burn a cleric call right off the bat, so he doesn't have his defensive for 90 seconds after that. They burn a big fight.
Walk into him. I'm gonna need heals.
So he's calling for heals. He gets GA'd. Brim's gonna hit right after that. Boom, chunks him.
Wow, fuck.
So, but he lives. So Murphy usually comes pretty high tier, and he probably gigged it or something. But so he's coming back for heals, but I'm still up here trying to push. We got Yar way up here deep in the Forge Hammers, which is great. Ishka's up here is great. I didn't point out the Zeta play. I'll have to rewind for that. But yeah, I mean, fights are pretty chaotic, and a lot of stuff's happening at once. But a lot of people didn't come down. A lot of people are still way back up there, because I think we have a larger amount of range than what we should have for how small we are tonight. So you'll see here, this is where this healer right here just gets destroyed by just the gloves and the Forge Hammers. Just stomp this. I think Chang's there too, so we have some people up here doing this.
Brawl the outside.
So there's Zeta on life support, so I'm just going to rewind a little bit so we can see Zeta come in. And so Zeta's the diamond, so we'll watch Zeta here. So for Blight, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of healing. You just stack yourself up and you breeze, and it literally applies to everybody.
Walk into him. I'm already in a bad spot.
So he just did the breeze there, I think. So he just threw the breeze on everybody. So that's awesome. So then after that, he can probably just walk up here. I mean, nobody really needs heals that bad. That he doesn't. It's not a priority for him to get to the front line. He's a nature healer. He can just chill back there and stay alive. I can't right now. But there's the first blink from Zeta.
They burn a big fight. Walk into him. I'm gonna need heals.
Here comes the second blink. Second blink, and he's gonna pop his E. But you can see full health, full health, full health. Pretty much everyone's already pretty high in health, except for Murphy up there. So he pops his E, so he's used both blinks, his E, and then he gets rooted here, and then he just gets chunked.
Oh, wow.
So this is their Demon Fang. You see the Demon Fang, the throwing blades, their damage is hitting there. He clerics. So that's his defensive, and now he's going to come out this with like no health. So if we just watch, he doesn't have cleric robe. I usually run cleric, but that's, I think purity is also good, but I just like cleric because it's more of a defensive. Robe of Purity is more versatile because you can use it offensively pretty well. Both robes are good, but the drawback of Purity is that it doesn't stop damage.
Probably outside.
And then he doesn't queue himself at all here. He's just kind of walking. He doesn't queue himself at all. I think the default hotkey is holding Alt and pressing Q. So as you're like clicking away like mad, you can just, as you're clicking away like mad, just hold Alt and Q to at least put some dots on you. Maybe you live, maybe you don't. But so this is the beginning of the fight. So we lost our best healer for Brawl off the bat. We lost our best damage with Halberd putting dots on everybody off the bat. We lost one of our main melee bruisers off the bat. So we're already pretty, and we're a lower dis. So we're dis 3 now against a dis 8 group that they were, and we've already lost a decent amount.
Astral Mark, he's a pretty good target.
Gallows looking soon. So there's another GA in here. Gallows northeast. So they hit the GA into the air compress. They're going to hit this. Murphy calls defensives very good on the defensive call.
Def.
So he called def, but I mean his def was already down, but he's calling it for everybody else. But
Def.
and there's an Astral just in there, just dropping bombs on everybody. He just kind of has to tank it because his cleric's already on cooldown from earlier, and he's calling for heals. And they keep him. The healers do a great job. They pick Murphy up from this. So Murphy comes back and he's gonna get topped off, but I walk in. I eat a bunch of damage, so I come back too.
Roll the outside.
So Garrett, so that's a healer healing a healer. Healer keeping a healer up, which is huge because Garrett was eating damage. Murphy gets healed up from a beam. So some of us are coming back and some of us are going forward. So it's like, I think part of that too is just us not being full Brawl comped. So we're not spread deep into them. So it's kind of like we're taking turns of who's taking damage, and it's not very good for us.
We dropped a Judy up top.
So I mean, there's a lot of attacks in the healers. 2 people got beams, and there's all these little health bars. So not everybody can get healed. So after this, honestly, I'm gonna drop a Judy up top just so that we can hopefully just reset almost. But Murphy's full health by this point because he's not full health. He's 75, but he's like, we gotta push into them. We don't want them to kite, so he just calls to go into them. But a lot of us were naturally just coming back, just trying to stay alive here and hopefully catch some heals.
He popped a lot. You gotta move west with him. You gotta move west.
So I dropped a Judy, and he's calling west now. But we got a few low health bars. Kevin mounted. Healers down. We got Zeta's dead. We still have some healers up, so I think the rest of our healers are still up at this point, which is good. There's one here, one there. It's 2. I think Leon's a healer, so it's 3.
Move west. Do not let them kite.
So Overdose is now coming back for heals because again, he was low because he switched off almost. It's like we're tag teaming in and out. We weren't fully fighting. At no point in this fight was our whole Zerg fighting their whole Zerg. If we would have, I think we probably could have won this.
West.
So he's calling west. Now this one tank, which is it's a mace. No, it's not a mace. That's a dash. So that's a hammer. What is this guy? That's a hammer. So it's a great hammer, I think, or is it a pull hammer?
Do not let them kite. West.
So he dashes into us. So it's a great hammer. He dashes in, stuns here.
Do not let them
dashes
kite,
back.
You gotta walk west with me. We're separating. You gotta come west with Crown. West with Crown. They're kiting over here. You can't let them.
And then there's the Judy helm. So there's 2 different Judy helms from 2 different tanks.
Skull.
Yeah, so they have a couple hammers with Judy helms. So they have a lot of CCs. So they've made all of the space for us not being able to get there.
Kill the skull on the top.
So again, like these 2 tanks are keeping 12, like the rest of us all the way back here. So we almost should have. We almost needed to take a pause there on that hill, but it's hard to like tell what's going on in the heat of the moment. So from Murphy's screen, it looked good. Like I'm sure there's a lot of low health bars here. So he saw the low health bars. He's like, we need to put it on the gas, dude. We need to get in there and finish them.
A ton of damage for them.
Because you can see this gallows low. There's a low person here, low person here.
Shit.
But even at this point, we're still doing decent. We're still pretty even here. But again, it's like only half of our Zerg fighting them at a time because those 2 tanks kept the rest of us back there because they have actual tanks with lots of disruption. And then we have half of our team fighting their full mass here. We're gonna look here. And then like by the time we get here, I'm like they're gonna have cooldowns. They're gonna look. Z-Stonk's almost dead. My stuff's on cooldown.
Outside, bro. Outside, bro. Outside. Watch for the air compress. Defend the air compress.
So I have my dash now, so I'm like I can jump in now here soon. So that guy, Sarah, just got freaking ripped by.
You gotta watch southwest, guy. Don't let them kite. They keep kiting. Don't let them kite.
I could have gigged to get through that stuff. There, I drop a little E. I'm trying to get in here, so we're inside them. They're inside of us. So this fight lasts for a while. It's a pretty decent fight. It would have been a good fight, and I think, yeah, we definitely could have won this. I see this bow that's low. I wish I was DPS because I was like, oh, dude, kill the bow. Bows are easy to kill. But now we've lost a couple healers. So now there goes Garrett. So Garrett must have got blown up back there. So that's 2 healers down. So now we're down to.
Alright, we gotta get out.
So I think then Murphy, I think he's probably discouraged because he's pretty much down here by himself, and the fight doesn't look like it's going good. And it's not. I mean, it's not going the worst, but it's not going the best either. And again, it's just because half of us are fighting while the other half pulled back, and then we kind of flip-flopped. He jumps in. I think he's going to try to finish this bow guy, but he kind of like splits and ends up hitting this guy. But look at this chunk. Boom. And then shortly after this, he gets brim bombed, I'm pretty sure, because I see him just. I thought he called get out when just the tone of his voice, like, we got to get out, get out. I thought he was already dead at that point, but he was just calling to break because the fight was not going well.
Just get out.
I'm coming northeast, getting. So I'm just like, okay, we can just run out together, maybe as a team, we'll just all go out together. And then, like, we could probably still just brawl out northeast together and kill people as we brawl out and actually still fight this up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 4. Or 9 versus 4 on our screen. So if we would just brawled northeast, we still could have just stayed together and been fine. But I don't have sprint, so at the break call,
Alright, we gotta get out.
I probably should have ran southeast.
We gotta get out.
But I was like, I'll just go northeast and get to the team, and we can go out together. I'm coming northeast, getting. When he calls to get out, everyone kind of just it's free for all, tries to save themselves. There, he just called. He just died from bomb.
Sorry, the start there was shit.
And so these guys are safe.
We were fighting on 2 fronts.
There's a heavy mace. There's a heavy mace.
I got obliterated.
Look at that heavy mace with
The guys
silence
inside, but we were all like up on top of the road.
and the
then also there
snare,
were people like
damnation.
fighting off to the west. And that's
But there's no way I can get out of this, so I'm just like, I'm fucked. Unfortunately, this is
Don't go back into melt, by the way, guys. If you survived, there's a whole gank group killing us in there.
Those guys are really good. In all honesty, the way that we were.
and there's the brim bomb that killed Murphy. They came and got me
fighting
now.
How we started the fight on our.
Boom.
Probably could have beat those guys. It's just a really shit start to the fight.
So he's right. It was a kind of a rough start to the fight, but I think we still would have been okay.
Yes,
But rough start to the fight, and like I said, it was only half of us fighting them at a time. So I mean, we posture. So we're going here to west. We're gonna posture west. So we're kind of split here. We're postured. They're down there. We're up here. So we're pretty even ground. And then there's no directions called really. Is the only thing I would say.
Can show my may need heals. May need heals.
So he's gonna say, I think right here when he says don't let them kite, he could just, if he wants people to really go southwest, he needs to just be like, hey, southwest, 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 guys, go walk southwest, southwest. Just to
Brawl the outside, brawl the out.
kind of subconsciously get people to like, they hear it enough, they're gonna start walking southwest.
Are there astral marks?
Because like I agree here, you can see like they're pushing into us up here, while we have some people pushing into them. So it's kind of weird because they're kind of pushing into us, we're pushing into them.
Pretty good target.
And then they drop a little, they try to clap right here on this corner. They get a good hit there. And see, you can see that we're still kind of split where they're mostly on the west. We're mostly on the east.
Brawl the outside, brawl the outside, brawl the outside, brawl the
And so after the heals on me,
outside.
he goes back in. but like we're all super lit. At
We
this
dropped
point.
a Judy up
Alright,
top.
They popped a lot. You gotta move west with them. You gotta move west.
So now he's saying west. So he is
Not let
calling
them
west.
kite.
He is calling
west.
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 So he did call west here. But this is the point where this tank plus the next tank stops us.
West.
So now I'm just trying to get to west.
Guys. You
He's
gotta walk
stunned.
west with me.
We're trying to
separate.
come,
You gotta come west
but
with
we're
Crown.
already screwed.
West with Crown.
So we're trying to come,
Kiting over here. You
trying to
can't let
come.
them kite. Kill this skull. Kill this skull on the top. He's a ton of damage for them. Fucking shit.
So he did call that. We were just kind of like, we had already pulled out. So, and unfortunately, they have actual tank players that actually stun, CC, silence, root.
Brawl the outside. Watch for the air compress. Defend the air compress. Watch for the air compress. Defend the air compress.
So I think overall their comp was better, and more synergistic. It was mostly, we can look at their comp, and then we'll stop this video. But yeah, so their comp, well, I guess we can have to look at that. We could just look at the, right here. All right, so Hexa. So pretty much they had a bunch of tanks. So 1, 2, 3, so yeah, 5 tanks, 4 heals, Oathkeeper support, a couple GAs, which are also tanks. But they're GA. I think they could have been 2 different GA Brim bombs. They got Damnation for the Pierce, Enigmatic, which is another shield for supports. Ranges. Yep, they got the 2 Brims. So they got the big damage from Longbow, big damage from Astral. And then melee, 2 Galas, big damage, and the Demon Fangs. So they were kind of brawl clap with a couple of Brim bombs. But definitely their comp isn't. Their comp still just like, I mean, heavy mace again, like a heavy mace just purging stacks of Galas. Galas without stacks is trash. And then Guardian armor sitting in front of this. And then if we had better brawl, these guys aren't going to have very good Qs and Ws. I think the Galas did run Blade Cyclone, which is pretty good W, but it eats a stack when they use it. And Demon Fang doesn't really have the best Qs and Ws. It has like the throwing blades, which helps. It's pretty much a combo for its E, so it's not really great at brawling either. So we should be able to out-brawl them. Their Oathkeepers, I should have watched their Oathkeeper play to see how big of a difference he was making, playing with the melees and stuff. Because they didn't have a ton of melees, but he was playing on guard rune and stuff too. But that's pretty much the video. I guess I could play it again, but I think you can rewind it and watch it. Maybe you can look at different parts and focus on different parts and see what happened. But yeah, I guess the only thing we can look at is the time thing. So yeah, Yar was the first kill in the fight. Cold Spell was kind of when that Zerg caught up to us, they killed Cold Spell. And we pushed into them, we killed one of their healers. The Galas here, again, if I'm a heavy mace, I'm looking for Gala players and I'm sitting on them. I call it out, but it doesn't really matter that I call it out because nobody's going to really do anything about it because they don't have the tools to do anything about it. Where is that at?
Oh, wow, fuck.
So I think I noticed the Galas coming up here. Where is this? So I see this Gala guy push up northeast.
He's a pretty good target.
And I see he starts having stacks.
Gala's looking soon here.
So I'm like, he's got full stacks now, so he's definitely going to look soon. I didn't know where his cooldowns were. So he's stacked, and then he's going to come this way. You're going to see him walk this way, and you're going to see him vanish because he's going to blink down here to where their engage is. He blinks there and hits there with a couple Galas.
Brawl the outside. They pop.
And that Galas like shreds us. It lowers your HP and just does a lot of damage. So that's why all of us are coming back for heals. And they just hit though. So Murphy's like they just hit. So you definitely want to push in after they just hit. The only problem is our health bars are pretty destroyed. But I mean you could walk and heal at the same time potentially. But
you gotta move west with them. Move west. Do not let them kite. West.
So I mean his call was right from his screen, I'm sure, but like the rest of us are back here. Zeta still hasn't. Yeah, if you die, like you need to click. You're still adding to disarray, so that's another thing. Is if you die, just click like go back, respawn in home or respawn in last city, and don't just sit here dead because you're still adding to disarray. I guess I didn't know that, but I learned that recently. And I mean, if people are fighting, like it'll look like we have more people than we do. If people are just sitting around here dead and they're not clicking respawn, it's gonna look like we're still just 2, but maybe we're not. Maybe we're at like 16 people instead. So
West, 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 west. Do not let them kite, guys. You gotta walk west with me.
but yep, okay, we're gonna end it there. It's only been 30 minutes, dude. That's crazy. Rambling for 30 minutes. Well, if you watch this, comment the code word banana, and maybe you'll get a prize in game.